In a world drowning in noise, where most men bend to the whims of the crowd, there are those who stand apart, unshaken, carving their own path through the chaos. They are the Sigma males, lone wolves of unwavering resolve, bearing a weight invisible to the untrained eye, a burden forged in the fires of self-mastery and stoic resilience. Today we're stepping onto the unseen battlefield where these men wage their quiet wars, not for glory but for the sheer strength of their own existence. Welcome to the Sigma male community, a brotherhood for those who reject conformity, harness their minds like weapons, and carry the weight others can't even fathom. This isn't just a video, it's a call to the independent, the relentless, the men who know that true power isn't loud, it's forged in silence. We're about to unravel how Sigma males navigate this hidden terrain, using principles as old as time to conquer the modern world. Buckle up, because this isn't for the faint-hearted, it's for the few who thrive where others falter. The battlefield isn't out there in the streets or the boardrooms, it's within. It's the relentless clash of will against weakness, of reason against chaos, of purpose against distraction. Sigma males don't just survive this fight, they dominate it, not with bravado but with a quiet, unyielding force that radiates from a core of iron. If you're here, you've felt it, that subtle hum of recognition, that flicker of understanding that says you're not like the rest. This is your space, your guide, your arsenal. Over the next 20+ minutes, we're diving deep into 22 defining traits of the Sigma male. Each a weapon, each a shield, each a testament to the strength of those who walk alone. These aren't fluffy theories, they're battle-tested truths, steeped in the wisdom of stoic giants who knew that to master the world, you first master yourself. Let's begin. 1. The Architecture of Detachment. Forget emotional control as some shallow trick. The Sigma male builds something far grander. An internal citadel, a fortress of thought where every emotion is a guest, not a ruler. Rage storms the gates, sorrow whispers at the walls, joy dances in the courtyard, but none sit on the throne. He stands atop the battlements, a sentinel scanning these feelings like coded transmissions, deciphering their meaning without bowing to their weight. This isn't about burying what he feels, it's about elevating it into something he can use, data to sharpen his edge, fuel to stoke his fire. The result? A mind that bends to no storm, a presence that unnerves because it answers to no one. Picture a moment of chaos, a betrayal cuts deep, a loss threatens to unmoor him. Where others drown in the flood, the Sigma steps back, observing the tide. He doesn't lash out or crumble. He dissects the pain, asking what it reveals about the world, about himself. This detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity, a lens that turns turmoil into insight. Manipulators, emotional leeches, they slam against this fortress and find only silence, an impenetrable wall of calm that mocks their chaos. This architecture takes time, forged in the unseen hours when no one watches. It's not a gift dropped from the sky, it's a craft chiseled through relentless self-awareness, each brick laid with intention. The Sigma knows the world can't be tamed, but his mind can, and in that taming lies his sovereignty. He's not numb, he's deliberate, choosing what to feel, when to act, how to wield the raw energy others let consume them. The stoic thread here is clear. We don't control the winds, only the sails. The Sigma lives this, adjusting his course with precision, letting the gales howl while he remains steady. His detachment is his power, a shield against the noise, a sword against the weak. It's why he stands alone, not because he rejects the world but because he's built a kingdom within it. This is the Sigma's bedrock, a mind that doesn't break because it doesn't bend, a strength that doesn't shout because it doesn't need to. In a society obsessed with feeling everything, he chooses to master it instead, and that's where his legend begins. 2. Earning silence, the currency of unspoken respect. Respect isn't a prize you beg for, it's a force that gathers around the Sigma like mist on a mountain. He doesn't roar for attention. He moves with a quiet gravity, his competence a beacon that needs no trumpet. His actions, solving the unsolvable, enduring the unbearable, speak in volumes where others waste breath on noise. This isn't arrogance, it's a deep, unshakable knowing of his worth, a value carved from solitude and proven in deed. The world feels it and bends toward him without a word. Step into a room with a Sigma. He says nothing, does nothing flashy, yet heads turn. Why? Because he doesn't need your validation. His indifference to it is a magnet, pulling respect from those who sense his self-contained power. He's not here to perform. He's here to build, to act, to be. And that authenticity, that refusal to grovel, makes him undeniable. This silence isn't empty, it's loaded, a currency earned through sweat and steel. He doesn't chatter to fill the void. When he speaks, it's with purpose and the room shifts. Others babble to prove themselves. He lets his presence do the talking, and it's louder than any shout. It's a respect that can't be faked, bought, or borrowed, only forged. The Stoic wisdom shines through. True strength doesn't need a stage. The Sigma embodies this, relying on himself, not the crowd's applause. He's not swayed by flattery or guilt. Those are tools of the weak, and they shatter against his quiet resolve. His power lies in what he doesn't say, what he doesn't need. This is the Sigma's quiet reign. A man who commands not by force but by being, a sovereign in a world of pretenders, respected because he respects himself first. 3. The invisible tribunal, self-judgment beyond mercy. The Sigma's toughest judge isn't the world, it's the tribunal in his skull, a court that never sleeps. Every victory is picked apart, every flaw magnified under a lens of brutal honesty. Success? He doesn't bask, he probes it for cracks. Praise from others? It's dust against the towering standards he sets for himself. This isn't self-doubt, it's a pact with reality, a refusal to settle for less than he knows he can be. Imagine him after a win. Others cheer, but he's silent, replaying every move. What could have been sharper? Where did he falter? The external noise fades. All that matters is the verdict of his own mind. It's a harsh master, sparing no mercy, but it's this unyielding scrutiny that fuels his rise. Failure isn't a wound, it's a teacher, dissected until it yields its lessons. This internal court is his forge. While others cloak their shortcomings in excuses, he strips his bare, facing them head-on. It's not punishment, it's evolution, a process that turns soft iron into tempered steel. He doesn't flinch from the mirror, he stares until it flinches back, revealing truths he'll use to climb higher. Stoicism whispers here, focus on what you can control, yourself. The Sigma takes this to heart, holding himself accountable when the world won't. His standards aren't for show, they're his compass, guiding him through the fog of mediocrity. External judgment? It's irrelevant, he's already sentenced himself to greatness. This is the Sigma's unseen war. A battle against complacency, one not with fanfare but with a quiet, relentless demand for more, from himself, for himself, by himself. For mapping the unseen currents, predator in the social deep. The Sigma doesn't just watch people. He maps them, a predator charting the social tides. Every word, every twitch, every silence is a ripple he reads with eerie precision. Power shifts, insecurities, veiled threats. He sees it all, a hydrographer of human nature navigating depths others don't even sense. This isn't suspicion, it's a gift, a clarity that cuts through the masks. He's not playing the game, he's rewriting the rules. Step into a conversation with him. You're talking but he's seeing, the lie in your laugh, the fear in your posture. He doesn't react, he catalogs, building a mental chart of motives and moves. While you're caught in the script, he's 3 steps ahead, untouchable because he's already seen your endgame. It's not dominance he seeks, it's understanding, and that's his weapon. This hyper-awareness is his edge. He's the ghost in the room, gathering intel while giving nothing away. Allies, enemies, pawns, they reveal themselves without knowing, their strings dangling in his sight. He doesn't need to shout or strut. His power is in the quiet, in the knowing, in the way he turns their chaos into his calm. Stoicism guides this. Don't be swayed by the surface, seek the truth beneath. The Sigma lives it, his mind a blade slicing through illusion. He's not rattled by drama or deceived by charm. Those are waves he rides, not drowns in. His detachment lets him see what others miss, and that's his supremacy. This is the Sigma's hunt, a silent stalk through the social deep, where knowledge is power and perception is king. He doesn't need to strike, his presence alone shifts the tide. 5. The toxicity of truth, when praise becomes poison. Flattery? The Sigma shrugs it off like rain. But real praise, the kind that sees him, stings like venom. It's not that he doubts it, it's that it breaches his walls, exposing him to a world he'd rather keep at bay. Being understood, admired, forces him to question. Has my guard slipped? Is my fortress flawed? It's a toxin he can't ignore, a spotlight he didn't ask for. Imagine someone nails it, calls out his strength, his depth. He doesn't smile, he tenses. Why does this hit? What weakness does it reveal? His mind spins, auditing the crack this recognition might exploit. He knows his flaws better than anyone. How can they praise what's still raw, still unfinished? It's a paradox. The truer the words, the more they burn. This isn't insecurity, it's vigilance. Praise is a trap, a soft cage that could lull him into needing it. He takes the thanks but not the warmth, it's too dangerous, too close to dependence. Stoicism warns of this. External approval can cloud the mind. He heeds it, treating admiration like a virus to be contained. So he pulls back, not from pride but from necessity. The more they see, the more he retreats, guarding the core that thrives in shadow. His strength isn't for display, it's for him, and he'll be damned if he lets their light soften it. This is the Sigma's curse. The better they know him, the less he lets them. In a world desperate to connect, he chooses the poison of solitude over the drug of validation. 6. Thriving in the fog, the alchemy of ambiguity. Uncertainty chokes most men, the Sigma breathes it like air. Where others scramble for solid ground, he dances in the fog, turning chaos into gold. His mind doesn't crave easy answers, it thrives on the puzzle, seeing shapes in the haze that others miss. This isn't guesswork, it's alchemy, a talent for spinning the unknown into power. Ambiguity isn't his enemy, it's his forge. Picture a deal gone sideways, stakes high, details murky. While panic grips the room, he's calm, watching, waiting. He hears the unsaid, spots the cracks, lets the pieces settle. His patience isn't weakness, it's a blade cutting through the noise to find the signal. He wins because he doesn't need the map, he builds it as he goes. This gift sets him apart. He doesn't force clarity, he lets it emerge, guiding it with a steady hand. In the gray where others falter, he finds leverage, opportunity, truth. It's why his moves seem uncanny, he's not guessing, he's seeing, and he's seeing what they can't. Stoicism fuels this. Accept the uncontrollable, master the possible. The Sigma takes it further, thriving where the lines blur, adapting where others break. He doesn't fear the fog, he owns it, a king of shadows who turns doubt into dominion. This is the Sigma's art, a mind that doesn't flinch at the unknown, a spirit that forges gold from the mist. In a world obsessed with certainty, he's the outlier who rules the undefined. 7. The unflinching reflection, forcing the uncomfortable gaze. The Sigma's presence isn't loud, it's a mirror, cold and clear, reflecting what others hide. He doesn't preach or prod, his stillness does the work, stripping away their masks. Insecurity flinches, hypocrisy stumbles, neediness leans too hard. He sees it all, not with judgment but with a gaze that pierces. It's not deliberate, it's just who he is. And it's devastating. Stand near him and you feel it. Your bravado cracks, your lies echo back. He doesn't call you out, doesn't need to. His quiet forces you to see yourself raw and unfiltered, and most can't handle it. They squirm, deflect, retreat because his clarity burns through their illusions like sunlight through fog. This isn't a game he plays, it's a byproduct of his truth. He's so anchored in himself that he becomes a beacon, exposing the unsteady. It's not cruelty, it's consequence. People don't fear his words, they fear what he reveals without saying a thing. Stoicism shapes this. Know yourself and the world follows. The Sigma lives it, his self-mastery a lens that turns outward, unintentional but unrelenting. He doesn't need to confront, the mirror does it for him, and that's power no one can dodge. This is the Sigma's gift, a reflection so sharp it cuts, a silence so loud it deafens. In his orbit you either grow or run, and he's fine either way. 8. The lie as a flashing beacon, intuition as scalpel. Lies don't slip past the Sigma, they light up like flares. His intuition isn't some vague hunch, it's a razor, slicing through deception with surgical accuracy. A pause too long, a glance too quick, a tone off key, he catches it all, mapping the falsehood before it's fully formed. This isn't magic, it's a machine tuned to the static of untruth. He doesn't miss because he doesn't blink. Picture a smooth talker spinning a tale. The Sigma's silent, but his mind's alive, there's the tell, the crack, the intent. He doesn't flinch or accuse, he watches, letting the lie collapse under its own weight. Con men falter, manipulators fumble, they're naked before him and they don't even know it. His stillness is their undoing. This clarity is his shield. He's untouchable because he sees the play before the curtain rises. Emotional traps, guilt trips, flattery, they're fireworks in his sky, bright but harmless. He doesn't need to fight them, he outlasts them, and that's victory enough. Stoicism whispers, seek the real, discard the false. The Sigma embodies it, his perception a blade that carves truth from chaos. He doesn't react, he knows, and that knowing is his fortress. This is the Sigma's edge, a mind that sees through walls, a spirit that stands firm in the storm of deceit. Lies don't trap him, they guide him. 9. The Crucible of Self-Interrogation, Dialogue with the Shadow. The Sigma self-awareness isn't soft, it's a furnace, a relentless grilling of his own soul. Why this anger? What fear hides here? Where did I lie to myself? These aren't passing thoughts, they're a tribunal, a dialogue with the dark corners he refuses to ignore. He digs into his shadow, jealousy, doubt, pride, not to wallow but to wrestle it into submission. This isn't reflection, it's combat. And it's how he grows. Every slip is a case study. He replays it, ruthless, peeling back layers until he hits bone. Why did he falter? What drove that choice? There's no hiding, he drags it all into the light, staring down the ugly until it yields wisdom. It's not comfortable but comfort's a cage he won't enter. This crucible burns hot. Most men dodge their flaws, he hunts them knowing they're the raw material of strength. Failure isn't defeat, it's ore mined and smelted into something harder. He doesn't flinch from the heat, he stokes it because that's where the real him is forged. Stoicism drives this, face yourself, master yourself. The Sigma takes it to the edge, turning introspection into a blade that cuts both ways, painful but purifying. He doesn't settle for surface, he excavates and what he finds he wields. This is the Sigma's fire, a soul that questions without mercy, a mind that builds from the ashes. In that heat he becomes unbreakable. 10. The Inner War Room, Mastering Psychological Insurgency. The Sigma's head is a war zone, but he's the general, not the victim. Doubt. He meets it head-on, mapping its moves. Fear. He pins it down, strips it bare. This isn't chaos, it's strategy, a campaign against the insurgents in his mind. He doesn't silence the noise, he recruits it, turning critics into allies for his own ascent. Picture the battle. A whisper of weakness creeps in. He doesn't shove it away, he interrogates it. Where's it from? What's it hiding? Then he flips it, using its energy to fuel his next step. It's not peace he's after, it's control, and he wins by outmaneuvering his own shadows. This war isn't loud but it's fierce. Most men let their demons rule. He puts his to work, harnessing their bite to sharpen his resolve. Mental strength isn't quiet, it's the hum of a mind that's tamed its own rebels, turned chaos into order. Stoicism lights the way, use adversity not just endure it. The Sigma masters this, waging a silent insurgency against himself, emerging stronger with every clash. His calm is the calm of a victor, not a dreamer. This is the Sigma's command, a psyche that doesn't break because it's already fought, and won, the war within. 11. The Gilded Cage of Purpose, Shackled by the Sacred Obsession. Purpose isn't a choice for the Sigma, it's a chain, a holy fire that binds him. It's not some casual goal, it's a star he orbits, a mission that demands everything. Friends, comfort, rest. They bow to this relentless drive, this obsession that's both his crown and his cage. He doesn't chase it, it owns him. And he wouldn't have it any other way. This isn't a light burden. It isolates him, sets him apart, a man possessed by something bigger than himself. There's no off switch, no retreat, just the grind, the weight, the call he can't ignore. It's a gilded prison, beautiful and brutal, locking him into a path few can follow. But in that cage he's free. Purpose gives him meaning, a north star when the world spins mad. He carries it like a king carries a throne, proud, unbowed, knowing the cost but paying it gladly. It's his fuel, his fight, his reason to rise when others fall. Stoicism echoes here. Embrace your fate, find strength in it. The Sigma does, letting this obsession forge him, define him. It's not easy, it's necessary, and that's what makes it sacred. This is the Sigma's vow, a life shackled to purpose, a soul that thrives in the tension. In that struggle he finds his glory. 12. The Obsessive Cartographer, Knowledge as Survival Topography. Knowledge isn't a luxury for the Sigma, it's a lifeline, a map he etches with every step. He doesn't skim, he hunts, devouring books, patterns, whispers from the street, weaving them into a terrain only he can navigate. Ignorance is death, understanding is survival. This isn't a game, it's a mission and he's all in. He's not after trivia, he's after edges. Every fact, every insight, every hard-won lesson is a ridge on his map, showing him where to strike, where to dodge. He sees connections others miss, threads that tie the past to the now, the small to the vast. His mind's a compass, always pointing true. This obsession pays off. Decisions that stun others? They're just coordinates he's already charted. He moves with a certainty that feels like instinct, but it's not. It's the sum of 1,000 quiet hunts, 1,000 nights spent mapping the dark. Knowledge isn't power, it's armor. Stoicism fuels this. Seek wisdom, know the world as it is. The Sigma lives it, turning information into a weapon, a shield, a way through the maze. He doesn't guess, he knows because he's done the work. This is the Sigma's craft. A mind that maps the uncharted, a spirit that thrives on the hunt. In a world of the blind, he's the one who sees. 13. The economy of presence. Silence as strategic deployment. The Sigma's silence isn't weak, it's a weapon, a choice. Words? He spends them like gold only when they hit hard. Chatter's a leak, a waste, he plugs it, letting his presence fill the space instead. It's not absence, it's pressure, a stillness that shifts the air. When he talks, it's a thunderclap. Each syllable lands with intent, cutting through the noise like a blade. But most times he holds back, and that restraint is power. Others spill their guts to fill the gap, showing their cards while he keeps his close. His quiet isn't shy, it's calculated. This economy builds his myth. People lean in, drawn by the weight of what he doesn't say. They trip over themselves, revealing too much, while he watches, learns, waits. It's not about hiding, it's about wielding silence like a general wields an army. Stoicism backs this. Speak less, act more. The Sigma masters it, his presence a force that doesn't need volume to command. He's not loud because he doesn't have to be, his silence roars louder than their noise. This is the Sigma's play. A man who says little but owns everything, a king of quiet who rules without a crown. 14. Endurance as alchemy, transforming suffering into steel. Pain doesn't break the Sigma, it tempers him. Hardship, loss, betrayal, he doesn't dodge them. He melts them down, forging something stronger from the wreckage. Suffering's not a curse, it's a raw material, a fire he steps into willingly. This isn't survival, it's transformation. He doesn't just take the hit, he turns it into steel. Think of a gut punch. Life rips something away. He doesn't whine, he studies it, breaks it apart, finds the lesson in the shards. It hurts, sure, but he's not here to feel good. He's here to get better. Every scar's a weld, every tear a seam in the armor he builds from the inside out. This alchemy is active, not passive. He doesn't wait for time to heal, he grabs the wound, works it, shapes it into something useful. Most men crumble under weight. He lifts it, knowing the strain is what makes him unbreakable. It's not pretty, but it's real. Stoicism lights the forge. Use what comes, grow from it. The Sigma does, turning agony into wisdom, chaos into calm. He doesn't flee the fire. He becomes it, a man refined by what should have destroyed him. This is the Sigma's magic. A spirit that doesn't bend, a strength born from the ashes. Pain's his teacher and he's a damn good student. 15. The Sovereign's bargain. Freedom through radical self-reliance. Independence isn't a perk for the Sigma. It's his oxygen. He doesn't lean on anyone ever, because leaning's a rope around your neck. Emotional, financial, mental, he builds his own pillars, stands on his own ground. Trust? He doles it out like rare coin earned, not given. This is his bargain. Total freedom, total responsibility. It's a lonely deal. No safety nets, no handouts, just him, his will, his way. The world tempts with easy outs. Rely on this, need that, but he spits on it. Dependence is slavery, he'd rather starve than bow. His sovereignty's a fortress and he's the only guard. But oh, the payoff. No one owns him, no one sways him. He moves through life unbound, a king without a court, answering only to the code he's carved into his bones. It's not easy, it's heavy, but it's his and that's everything. Stoicism seals it. Rely on yourself, control what you can. The Sigma takes it to the hilt, his self-reliance a sword that cuts through chains. He's not here to be saved, he's here to save himself, and that's his power. This is the Sigma's pact. A life of solitude for a soul that's free. He pays the price and he wears it like a crown. 16. The Velvet Execution. Disengagement as ultimate weapon. The Sigma's deadliest move isn't a fist, it's a step away. Toxicity, drama, manipulation, he doesn't fight it, he starves it. He pulls his energy like a plug and watches the machine sputter out. This isn't retreat, it's execution, soft as velvet, sharp as steel. Absence is his guillotine. Imagine a leech coming for him, guilt trips, mind games. He doesn't argue, he vanishes. No fuel, no fire, their chaos collapses and he's already gone. They rage, they flail, but he's a ghost, untouchable because he's not there to touch. It's not personal, it's practical. This takes guts. Most men get sucked in, proving points, winning fights. Not him. He wins by not playing, by cutting the cord with a surgeon's calm. His peace isn't up for grabs and he'll ditch the whole damn table to keep it. Stoicism nods, let go what doesn't serve. The Sigma perfects it, his disengagement a blade that severs without blood. He doesn't need to yell, he just leaves, and that's the loudest statement of all. This is the Sigma's kill, a quiet exit that buries the noise. He doesn't fight battles, he ends them and walks away clean. 17. The Temporal Architect. Patience as a weaponized virtue. Time bends for the Sigma, he doesn't bend for it. While others chase quick wins, he builds slow, a craftsman of moments who knows the long game trumps the sprint. Patience isn't waiting, it's a weapon, a lever he pulls to shift the world. He plants, he watches, he strikes when the iron's molten. Think of a rival pushing fast, all noise and flash. The Sigma sits back, letting them burn out, their haste a rope they hang themselves with. He sees the arc, days, months, years, and plays it like a chessboard, each move deliberate, each pause a checkmate in waiting. He's not rushed, he's right. This takes discipline. The world screams now, but he hears later, and that's his edge. He lets the impatient unravel, lets the truth surface, lets the pieces fall where he's already planned. His victories look easy because he's built them brick by patient brick. Stoicism preaches it, endure, trust the process. The Sigma wields it, his patience a fortress that outlasts the storm. He doesn't force, he flows, and time carries him to the top. This is the Sigma's craft. A man who architects his fate, not with speed but with the slow, unstoppable weight of intent. 18. The Paradox of Connection. Depth within the chosen few. The Sigma isn't a hermit, he's a gatekeeper. His bonds aren't many but they're deep, forged with the few who get it, who match his steel. Small talk? He'd rather choke. He craves resonance, minds that spark, souls that see the weight he carries. With them he's not a riddle, he's real. These ties are rare because they're ruthless. Loyalty's a two-way blade, betray it and you're out, no noise, no second chance. He doesn't collect friends, he builds a tribe, small but unbreakable, a circle where trust isn't begged for, it's proven. Cross him and the gate slams shut. With the chosen he's unguarded, not weak but present. They see the man behind the mask, the fire behind the calm. It's not many who earn this, but those who do get a loyalty that moves mountains. He's not cold, he's selective, and that's his strength. Stoicism fits, value the worthy, not the crowd. The Sigma lives it, his connection's a paradox. Few but fierce, shallow to most, fathomless to some. He's alone but never lonely with those who matter. This is the Sigma's heart, a fortress with a hidden door, open only to the rare, the true. In that depth he's invincible. 19. The Aesthetics of Control. Ritual as psychological armature. The Sigma's world isn't random, it's a canvas of control. Routines, spaces, habits, they're not quirks, they're scaffolding holding up the chaos outside. Morning runs, stark desks, precise schedules, these are his anchors, his way of bending life to his will. It's not obsession, it's order, a shield against the storm. This isn't about looks, it's about power. A clean room reflects a clear mind, a ritual carves space for focus. He doesn't drift through days, he shapes them, each act a brick in the wall that keeps entropy at bay. It's his rebellion against a world that thrives on mess. Control here is survival. When the external spins wild, his internal stays steady, thanks to these quiet acts of discipline. They're not rigid, they're alive, adapting to his needs but always there, a rhythm he can trust. It's how he keeps the edge sharp. Stoicism agrees, master what you can, let the rest fall. The Sigma does, his ritual's a fortress of calm in a sea of noise. He doesn't bend to chance, he builds against it, and that's his peace. This is the Sigma's art, a life sculpted with intent, a strength that starts in the small and echoes in the vast. Order is his weapon and he wields it like a king. 20. The Unconsoled Grief. Bearing loss in absolute solitude. Grief hits the Sigma like a silent wave, he doesn't share it, he rides it alone. No crowds, no tears for show, his pain's a private road, a weight he carries in the dark. It's not that he won't feel, he feels too much and that's why it's his. This isn't hiding, it's honoring the depth no one else can touch. Someone offers comfort and it lands wrong, too light, too small for the hole inside. He nods, walks away, processes it where no eyes pry. The loss cuts but he doesn't bleed out, he stitches it into himself, a scar he'll carry without a word. It's his and that's enough. This solitude isn't weakness, it's strength, a refusal to dilute what's real. He doesn't need your pity, he needs his space, his time, his way to turn sorrow into something solid. Most mourn loud, he mourns deep and that's where the healing hides. Stoicism guides, accept what is, grow through it. The Sigma does, his grief a quiet forge where he hammers resilience from ruin. He doesn't break, he bends then straightens stronger for it. This is the Sigma's burden, a loss born in silence, a pain that builds instead of destroys. In that solitude he finds his steel. 21. The rejection of inherited scripts, authoring an unconventional destiny. The Sigma doesn't read the script, he burns it. Society's playbook, marriage, job, picket fence, he sees it, shrugs, writes his own. His path isn't borrowed, it's carved, a jagged line through the safe and the expected. This isn't rebellion for show, it's authenticity, raw and unapologetic. He defines success his way. Maybe it's a cabin in the woods, maybe it's an empire built in shadow. Point is, it's his call, not theirs. The world pushes norms, he pushes back, not loud, just firm, living a truth most don't dare. It's lonely, sure, but it's free. This takes spine. Misunderstanding, judgment, they come with the territory and he eats them for breakfast. He's not here to fit, he's here to be, and that means breaking molds, not bending to them. His destiny's a solo draft and he's the only author. Stoicism backs him. Live your nature, not their noise. The Sigma does, his life a middle finger to the herd, a testament to the man who dares. He doesn't follow, he leads himself, and that's his crown. This is the Sigma's story, a fate he writes, a legacy he owns. In a world of copies, he's the original, and he'll die before he's anything less. 22. The unseen victory, triumph defined by internal accord. The Sigma's win isn't a trophy, it's a quiet nod to himself. It's not about cheers or gold, it's about the alignment of his soul, actions, purpose, truth, all in lockstep. He's endured the unendurable, stayed true when it cost everything, and that's the victory no one sees. It's his and it's enough. Picture him after the storm, wreckage everywhere, but he's standing. No one claps, no one knows, but he feels it, the peace of a man who didn't break. It's not loud, it's not shiny, it's deep, a harmony earned through blood and grit. That's his summit. This triumph's invisible. The world looks for banners. He looks within, measuring by a code no one else can read. It's the weight he carried, the line he held, the self he didn't sell. That's the win that matters, quiet, personal, absolute. Stoicism defines it, virtue is the prize, not praise. The Sigma lives it, his victory a fire that burns inside, unseen but unquenchable. He doesn't need their eyes, he's got his own, and they see a king. This is the Sigma's crown, a triumph no one can take, a strength no one can touch. In the unseen he reigns. And you watching this, feel that weight? That silent pull in your gut? That's not chance. You're here because you know this battlefield, these scars, this quiet war. Sigma male, this is your mirror, your map, your call to own the strength you've always carried. This isn't about becoming, it's about seeing what's already there, fierce and true. Keep going. As we close this dive into the unseen battlefield of the Sigma male, know this, the weight you carry isn't a curse. It's your forge, your proof, your power. The Sigma male community isn't just a channel. It's your compass, your fire, your guide through the chaos, built for men like you who refuse to bend, who turn struggle into strength. If this hit you where it counts, if you felt that spark of recognition, don't let it fade, act on it. Like this video, drop a comment, share it with the rare few who'd get it. Let's build this tribe of the relentless. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button, turn on notifications. Don't miss the next piece of this journey. We're here, every step, fueling your growth, your independence, your stoic fire. You're not alone in this fight, you're just ahead of the pack. Carry that weight, Sigma, and make it your throne.